Okay, perfect. Let's dive into the next topics. Okay, in the last class, okay, we discussed about exercise 1. Okay, and we discussed about exercise 2. So now it's time to dissect the tags. Okay, and we saw that what are tags? And tags are nothing but words or text with angular brackets. Okay. So now, and in the exercise 1 and exercise 2, you did two projects and you would have written a lot many tags. Okay, only fewer ones, but yeah. So now let's see a new term, okay, which is elements, and let's see what is a element. Okay, so in the past project that you would have built, okay, and you could have seen one thing, which is most of the tags that you have written followed a pattern. Okay. Now, what was that pattern? The pattern was first, it has a opening tag. This is called a opening tag, where you write your tag with angular bracket. Then you write your content. Okay, this is where your content goes. And then you have this slash with a pair of same tag. This is called a closing tag. Now, if you, okay, see this together, how does it look? It looks like, okay, it has an opening tag, it has a content, it has a closing tag. Majority of the tags that you would have seen, for example, HTML tag, okay, title tag, okay, P tag, B tag, H1 tag, H2 tag. These are the only tag that we have studied so far, and we have seen the same pattern. Now, when you combine a opening tag, a content, and a closing tag, now this combination becomes a element, and this is called HTML element. This combined thing is called element. But when I talk about tag, it's a H1 tag. When it's a element, this combined thing along with the content and closing tag. Okay. So yeah. Now let's go to there are no dumb questions. Okay. And let's answer some questions. Okay. Which is related to tags. So now the first question is, so matching tags don't have to be in the same line? Absolutely, the matching hat does not have to be on the same line because we saw in the last class that whenever you write a HTML code, okay, you will give some spaces, indentation, new lines, but when a browser reads it, it removes all sort of spaces, indentation, tabs, new line. So it does not affect at all. So whether you write your tag in two different lines, okay, or if you write it on the same line without spaces and indentations, still, okay, it will not matter. Okay. Why do the closing tags have that extra slash? Okay. See, that slash in a closing tag is both for us and for the browser. It is there to tell us that, okay, here is the content, okay, going to end. So if I go to the previous slide, okay, you can see here that H1 tag starts over here. Then we have our content. Now, how do we tell our browser that, hey, हमारा जो H1 tag का content है, it has to end over here only. इसके आगे नहीं है कुछ. So we put a pairing matching tag, but with a slash. Okay. So now, yes. Go to again the next question. I have noticed the HTML in some pages does not always match opening tag with a closing tag. Okay. For that, let me open up our example. So example of our Kirana store. And you can see over here that is this visible, guys? I mean the notepad that I have opened. Is the notepad visible, guys? You can write it in the chat if it's clearly visible. Okay, perfect. Cool. So here you can see that HTML has a pair tag. Okay, body has a pair tag, head has a title has, H1 has, but image does not have a pair. Okay, you can see that image is standalone tag, single tag. Okay. So now what's the okay discussion over here? Okay. So what happens is okay, browser understand anything. Okay, browser understands everything. Okay. And in HTML, okay, in HTML, what happens is, okay, the tags are again divided into, okay, elements, sorry, the elements are divided into two categories. One element that will have a closing tag, but there will be other kind of elements. For example, image is one that we have seen recently, okay, and these element use a shorthand notation. And what is a shorthand notation? Shorthand notation is nothing but they have only one tag. Okay. They have only one tag. They don't need a closing tag. And in upcoming classes, you will see that, okay, there are a few tags which are shorthand, uses shorthand notation, again, which means they have only one tag with no closing tag at all. Okay. So that's the story with image tag. Now the these two are covered in the same, okay? Just now I said an element, okay? What is it? An element is an okay, that's perfect. But can't you have tags inside? Okay. So what this question is trying to say that, okay, key you mentioned that okay, this is an element because this element has a tag, opening tag, content, and closing tag. But the question says that can't we have tag inside tag? What he's trying to make that instead of this content, actual text, can we have a nested HTML tag? And you can see exactly right over here that in the head is also an element, but inside the head, the content is actually a content is actually a element itself. And in the exercise number 4, okay, it will be very clear that what this statement is trying to say. So now let's move to the next part. Okay. So far we have talked about tags, web server, browser, HTML. And in HTML, we actually only talked about HT. Sorry, not HT. Uh, we talked about HTML ML. Okay, and where the ML stand for markup language. And what was markup language? Nothing but it's a collection of tags, okay, which your browser understand to give you a better structure. Okay, a better structure. It provides you a better structure. Okay, ideally, if you write with tags, it looks like h1 slash something something. But when the browser reads it, the structure is changed. It looks like, okay, it is a heading. So that's a markup language. Okay. Now let's meet the HT in HTML. And what does HT stands for in HTML? So HTML, okay, we all know that. Okay. Now the HT stands for hypertext. Okay. Now before I talk about hypertext, let me talk about what is a text. And we all know that text is nothing but a set of characters or words together. Now, what is this hypertext? Now, let's see this with the example. Okay. So, what you can see over here that at the end of this, I am going to, okay, do what is going to write a small message. Okay. Now, what is this message? This message is created by, which says that this project is created by, and I'm going to write a name over here. Okay, which is Kumar. I will also write same text but in a different style. Okay, and you can see that I'm using a new tag over here. Okay, now what is this tag? Okay, and how does it work? We will see in a bit. No worries about it. Okay, again here I will put Kumar. Let me save it. Okay, and okay, and let me go to browser to open my file and let's see how the output looks. Okay, so can you see my output over here, which is there is no difference. Okay, there is no difference at all. Better, okay, these are on the same line. Okay, and you can see that. Let me zoom in. There is no difference at all over here. This is the line I'm talking about. But let me do one more thing. Okay, I'll go here and what I will do is I will create a new project. Okay, first I will save it as, okay, I'll go to my desktop. Where is desktop? I'll go to Delta 4, my Kirana store. Here, again, I'll have to change the file type. This will be my profile.html. Okay, my profile, or let's say my intro. My intro. Okay, here I'm going to again write that same code that we did in the last class. This is the standard code that you need to write every time. And you can also see that whenever you write HTML code, your browser actually starts to display content, okay, from the body. Okay, the title is shown at the top of the browser. Okay, but the main content you see start from there. Inside that I will have a title and then my intro. Okay, title, and I'll close it here. Then I have a body tag. Body tag is there. And here I'm going to write a h1 tag. H1. Hi, I am Kumar. Okay. And the next line I'm going to write is H2. Okay. Just two lines, that's it. I am a software engineer. Okay, that's it. Let me save it and let me run it. Okay, at the same time. So if I run it, you can see that uh, this is what I see on the browser for that HTML file. Okay. Now here is one thing that I will do. Just see over here. I'll go to my uh, old file, which is my Kirana. And here in the A tag, okay, so now this is a new tag. And what is this tag? Just a second. href. Okay. And here I'm going to type the file name of the new file that I've created, which is my intro.html. Okay, I'll save it. And again, I'll go to here. Okay, let me refresh it. Now here's the difference. You can spot the difference right over here, which is the first Kumar looks like a plain text, but this Kumar looks like some highlighted text. Now, what is this text? And you hover on that text. What is hover? I mean, move the cursor on the text. You see something over here also. Bottom left side, mein, you will see something that some file name it is showing, right? What is this? We will also see that. Now the interesting part is this is a text, but this is not a simple text. It's a special kind of text. If I click on it, you see the magic happening. If I click on it, oh, it takes me to a new page that I've created. So what it helped me to do was it helped me to link two pages together. I was able to link my Kirana store with my profile page, my intro page. Now, interesting is that it gives you the flexibility to link one single page into multiple page. Then the question arises, which is, can I also then link some pages over here? Absolutely. You can put a new link over here. I mean, you can put a new text over here, and the new text has to be with a tag. That tag is called anchor tag, and you can put a new file name and it will take you to that file name. So it's what? It's collection of pages together on the web. Now that text, okay, that you saw, that Kumar with that underline and blue color, this is called hypertext because it's a special kind of text. And this text help us to link multiple pages. That why it is called hypertext. Hyper ka full form is hyperlink. Okay, that's where the term hypertext was generated. And in complete definition, if you see now, HTML, hypertext, that means we can link multiple pages on the web. Markup language, it gives us a structure when we see through the browser. Okay, that's what HTML stands for. So let me go to the new tag that we have seen. This is called a tag and we name it as anchor tag. Now it has some special properties. Okay, let me talk about that. So you can see over there, okay, there was a special word that I wrote in this tag, which was called href. If you can see over here, you can see that href equal to myintro.html, right? Now, uh, what is this href and what is the way to write it? Let me show you that also. Okay, so where is it? Yes. So it's a very standard process. You start with href and you put equal to, then you put double quotes. Okay, you can see these double quotes, and inside that you put a file name. We can put multiple things, but for now we are linking files, so file name. Okay, we we write the name of the file that we want to link. Okay, and here we again have the content. Okay, content is nothing but it's a text. Okay, and it's a powerful text because it we have linked this text to a new page. So someone when clicks on get movies, we will take him to the movies page. And then you have a closing tag. Now you see href. अब इसको कैसे बोलेंगे? Like how will you say? Like how will you pronounce it? Like do you tell you will tell every like this is an anchor tag, but this is also called a tag, right? तो इसको क्या बोलेंगे हम? इसको टेक्स्ट बोलेंगे, इसको प्रॉपर्टीज बोलेंगे, व्हाट डू वी कॉल इट? दिस थिंग इज कॉल्ड एट्रीब्यूट्स. ओके, दीज थिंग्स आर कॉल्ड एट्रीब्यूट्स. जैसे इसको कंटेंट बोलते हैं ना, उसी तरह इसको हम एट्रीब्यूट्स बोलते हैं. ओके, सो नाउ here is the thing. Here's few questions that we can take, okay, on attributes. So first thing is, can I make up new attributes for HTML element? इसका कहने का मतलब ये है कि let's suppose I have an element called h1. Can I make a new attribute which is called gender and name it as male? Is that possible? No, this is not possible. HTML, although if you write it over here, it will not show any error. Okay, let me show you that also. ये work absolutely fine करेगा. It will work absolutely fine. Okay, you can see that there is no error, but the browser will not understand it because browser is set to understand only predefined attributes. And we already studied attributes way before anchor tag. And let me give you the example. You see the image tag over here. Inside that image tag, we have a src, which is called source. Okay, this is called also attribute. तो एक एंकर टैब में एट्रीब्यूट हो गया हमारे, एक सोर्स में हमने ऑलरेडी पढ़ लिया. Okay, we can't add custom attributes. We'll have to follow the instructions of HTML. Okay, now let's move to the next question, which is who decides what is supported? Okay, Now, is there any person or is there any, company who decided, yes, we will get to know about it. There is a set of peoples who set the rules for HTML. What are these people called and all? We will see it. Okay, in the upcoming classes. Do I know what attributes and elements are supported, or can all attributes be applied to any element? Okay, this is a very interesting question. The question says it, okay, can I use a src attribute inside my anchor tag, or can I use a source attribute inside my p tag? Okay, so this is not allowed, okay, because attribute is nothing but it defines the properties. Okay, it defines the properties. So let me give you an example. Just give me a second, guys. Yes, so let me give you an example. Okay, so एक assume करते हैं. Okay, let's assume something which is called, let's assume there is a car tag. ठीक है, एक ऑलरेडी कार टैग है. ठीक है, जनरली होता नहीं है एचटीएमएल में, बट वी आर अज्यूमिंग थिंग्स. ओके, एक कार टैग है. ठीक है, और इस कार टैग को हम बोलेंगे माय फेवरेट कार. ठीक है, इस कार का नाम है मेरा फेवरेट कार, माय फेवरेट कार. अब इस कार का क्या क्या प्रॉपर्टीज हो सकता है? इस कार का प्रॉपर्टीज हो सकता है इंजन. इंजन में होगा पेट्रोल और डीजल. ठीक है, देन होगा कन्वर्टिबल. नाउ व्हाट इज कन्वर्टिबल? you will see that in some cars that roof of that car comes off. ठीक है, that is called convertible. अगर वो roof attached है permanently, that is not convertible. So you can have yes or no. Again, car will have model. So model में you will have, let's suppose we have XUV. Okay, is one model. Scorpio is another model. Okay, and then you have brand, which is, let's suppose Mahindra. Okay. नाउ यू कैन सी दिस. ये जो कार है, कार टैग, इसके प्रॉपर्टीज क्या क्या है, इसके एट्रीब्यूट्स क्या क्या है? इंजन, कन्वर्टिबल, मॉडल, ब्रांड. राइट, दीज आर रिलेटेड एट्रीब्यूट्स टू अ कार टैग. बट लेट्स सपोज आई हैव अ फ्रिज. ओके, टैग. ठीक है, एक फ्रिज टैग भी है हमारे पास, और यहाँ पे मैं बोलूंगा माय होम फ्रिज. ओके, अब टेल मी वन थिंग. डू यू थिंक इंजन, कन्वर्टिबल, मॉडल विल मेक सेंस इन फ्रिज? अगर मैं बोलूं कि फ्रिज का इंजन है पेट्रोल, इज इट मेकिंग सेंस एट ऑल? बिकॉज यू कांट यूज property of a car in a fridge. So that's why this statement says that, okay, कि you can't you so that's why it is says that कि can all attributes be applied to any element? No, you can't apply, because every attribute has its definition. What is the definition? Simple. For a car, engine will make sense, convertible will make sense, model will make sense, brand will make sense. For fridge, maybe these attributes will not make sense. For fridge, you will have something like voltage, okay, which is 600 600 watt का fridge है, let's suppose what. Okay, maybe it's like double door. फ्रिज में डबल डोर होता है, विच इज यस और नो. अगर किसी में है तो यस, किसी में है तो नहीं. ठीक है, हमारे फ्रिज में है तो यस. सो यू कैन सी दैट फ्रिज के लिए दिस एट्रीब्यूट मेक सेंस, कार के लिए इंजन, कन्वर्टेबल मेक सेंस. सो यू कांट use this over here interchangeably, you can't use this. So that was the third question. Okay, cool. Let me go back to here again, and now let's me. Okay, so any doubt till here, guys? कोई doubt यहाँ तक? So in today's, okay, so far what we learned about element. Okay, we learned about a little bit more about tags. Okay, we also saw that there are tags which doesn't have a closing, okay, tag. And then what did we see? We see what does HT stands for HTML. HT stands for in HTML. And then we also saw a new thing which is called anchor tag. And finally, we saw a new term called attribute. Attribute is it defines the property of a tag. Okay. So yeah, now it's time to move ahead to the next exercise. Okay. So theory, theory is important, but if we don't practice what we have learned, that it is of no use. So now it's time to give you the exercise number third. Now in the exercise number third, what you need to do is you will have to write your name first. Okay. Then you will have to put an image of yourself. Okay. You can put any image of yourself over here. Then you need to write a about me line where you write 3 lines about yourself. Who are you? What college you go? What are you like? What college you go? What branch you study? I mean, like a small introduction about yourself. And then you have a text over here which is called check out my. And this is a special text. This text is called hypertext. Now, this hypertext is linked to a new page. And if I click on this hobbies, it will take me to a new page. जैसे हमने आज देखा कि किराना स्टोर में there was a link called Kumar. When I clicked on it, it took me to the new page. Let me show you over again. If I click here, boom, right? So when it takes to the new page, you can see over here that my hobbies are. So what you need to do is you need to create a different page for your hobbies. And this is the title, and you need to put 3 images. 3 images of what you like as your hobby. Okay. Now, in that same hobby page, we have again a new hypertext, which is check out my hometown. Now, I will have to again create a new page. So if I click on it, I will go to this page. Now, what is this page? This page is you need to write I live in, and you need to write the place name where you live currently. Then you need to put an image of your city. Okay, you can put any image from the internet. Then you need to write down what are the 5 places someone can visit in your city, and which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. This is your exercise 1. Okay, very simple. Just to get a hands on the anchor tag and we understand what is this hypertext. Okay, this is exercise number 3. Now let's jump on to exercise number 4. Now exercise number 4, here you will encounter 3 more tags, which is B tag, I tag, U tag. B tag stands for bold, I tag stands for italics, which is cursive जैसा थोड़ा tilted, and U tag stands for underlined. तो आपको एक पेज बनाना है सिंपल सा which has first heading as India, then you have the flag of India over here, and then you just need to write this text, okay, in your HTML file. Now here's the interesting part. आपको यहाँ पे दिखेगा India bold है, this is underlined, this is again bold, this is, you can see that this is italics, underlined, again bold, again it is underlined, and again you can see this is italics. तो ये चीजें आपको करनी है इस वाले प्रोजेक्ट में. So 2 projects I've given you, exercise 3 and exercise 4. Okay, we'll meet again in the next class, okay, whenever it is scheduled. Okay, and then we will discuss about this project, and then we will begin with a new topic. Any question, anything,
Be
guys?
uploaded in the sir. Will this be uploaded in the Slack, sir, for the projects?
So you can, so the video will be provided you, okay, in the Slack.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so you can revisit the video and you can just skip to the end of the video to see how does the project look like. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay, sir. Thank
perfect.
you, sir.
Okay, guys, that's it for today. Okay, and you can just start doing this project because the hands-on practice, this is what it will matter. Okay, theory and all you will forget after a time, but the more you practice, the more command and the more confidence you will have over time. So yeah, okay, guys, that's it for today.